Today is July 16th, 2021. I'm Gene.
And I'm Zane.
And you're hanging with Uncle.
How's it going, man?
Good, man. How was your week?
You know, it's good. It honestly, it felt like a successful week this week. Like, it was rewarding, honestly. And it's my brother's birthday today, too. So
Yes,
I'm really
it is.
excited.
Happy birthday, man.
He's actually here with us today.
Thank you.
Turning the big old 29.
There you go,
today.
man.
Yeah, you're going to think a lot about
Celebration.
shit at 29. That's what I feel like.
So-
That's what I did.
So let's just start, because it's a birthday here and we are at Uncle's headquarters at the league. The rules are when it's your birthday, you always get the freshie
Yes.
or the first one. So
Absolutely. And Sean actually brought a variety of weed today.
So today we're going to have a smorgasbord of samples, or at least we'll try and hang on as long as we can.
Yeah, we're going to start with Gorilla Glue number 4. It looks really sugary and fluffy and delicious, honestly.
All right.
I'm
Yes.
excited. Yeah.
Sean can tell us how it tastes, man. But anyway, let's kick it off. I am extremely excited that Chuck Schumer in the Senate brought to the floor of the Senate just legislation to introduce legalization of marijuana.
I mean, it's a big deal, man. Like, we've been waiting for this, honestly. We've been hinting a lot to our audience that we've been waiting for this. Like, it finally needs to happen. Like, it does. Like,
For a variety of reasons. I mean, and not just because, hey, I want to smoke pot. But,
No.
I mean, there's so many different, positives that it has.
absolutely. Medical, like I said, the other side of it, too, hemp can be used as an industrial, crop. Like, really, it could be. It's the next cash crop to our country. We need to have it happen.
It really
really
is.
made it through the doors, basically, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the first time it's happened in your lifetime, you've said, right?
It really is. I mean, I remember when Nixon declared the war on drugs, but this is the first time that anything has been brought to the floor regarding marijuana for legalization.
That's amazing. Like, I really hope there's a push with it. Like, I really hope there's some force, some drive behind it, because it needs to happen. It really does. It's a topic we're done being talked about.
Oh man,
Like,
that Gorilla Glue smells good. It almost
man,
reminds
that-
me of
he's making
church
faces.
incense.
I'm ready. Heck yeah, it does smell good. Holy moly. Ooh. Bro. Yeah, I mean, again, it needs to happen. This is some good stuff.
Yeah. Give me the lighter.
Lighter,
man.
bro. Heads up. He's already been into his birthday. I mean,
Yeah.
it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon, well into his birthday, so he's had a lot of freshies.
Definitely. Welcome aboard.
Something I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
The Texas Dems and their filibuster. Their own style of filibuster.
I am so happy that they did that. Number one, Republicans have acted like they're the only ones that can use the filibuster. Look what they've done to block the January 6th Commission, what they've done to block everything.
I mean, it sucks to have the rug pulled from underneath you and have the same shit used against you, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's funny to see. I mean, they're fleeing, yeah. I mean, sure, you could arrest them, yeah, but that's if they come back.
But you know what, honestly,
Right?
the governor does not have the authority to arrest any motherfucking body because law enforcement is supposed to act independent. Otherwise, now we have an authoritarian regime where the leader can dictate who he wants arrested. That doesn't sound like a democracy. That doesn't sound like any place I want to live in. Fuck Greg Abbott.
Right, good. I'm glad they're using the same technique against them. Like, it really is their own style of the filibuster. They don't even want to waste an inch of their time. So we're just not even going to show up. We're going to go somewhere else where we're needed. Like, it really, plain as that. Like, I wouldn't want to talk about something in a meeting that has nothing to do with what I want to work
And
towards.
they're definitely needed in D.C. to get the Senate off their ass to work on passing some voter legislation to stop all this voter suppression that Republicans are doing in over 40 states.
I mean, it's very obvious, too. Like, even our president himself is talking about it. Like, it's something that is happening in every red state so far, and including ours that we live in,
including
too.
ours, exactly. But again, the thing that I think is the most important, it's not so much, oh, they're cutting the hours we're allowed to vote. They're making it harder. Oh, they're eliminating mail-in balloting, they're making it harder. No, they're putting laws in place that the legislature will now have control over the ballots, not the Secretary of State, and they can say, well, we don't like the outcome, so we're going to overturn this election and put our guy in.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, what the fuck? Get off your ass, Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema, and vote for this to protect our voting rights.
Right, absolutely. Like, it just feels like we're being just left out there for the wolves, basically. Like, it really does.
Come the fuck on. You know, fuck the filibuster. It is not some long-standing rule of the Senate. It was brought on by Jim Crow rules to give slave states some way to say no so they could have less government in their lives. Again, less government born out of racism because they wanted less government so they could tell the government not to tell them they couldn't have slavery if they didn't want it.
Yeah, they just didn't want to be monitored with the things that they wanted.
That's where the filibuster was originated. So it's not this long-standing rule that needs to be protected. Fuck the filibuster, especially when it comes to civil rights in this country.
Like, I just think it's childish the fact that that is actually a thing to avoid conversation. Like, if it's a conversation that you don't want to have, then say it's a conversation we're not going to have, and then carry on. Like, but don't just sit there and delay time. You know what I mean? Like, be a grown adult about it and talk about the issues. Like, I've been expressing to you and Lori and how I feel about that. Like, my mindset is just talk about the issues. That's it. Like, this is an issue. Let's talk about it. Can we solve it right now? Yeah. No, put it on the back burner. Let's try this next issue.
But, I understand your logic and your reason for not wanting to have any parties. I get the rationale behind it. Mm-hmm. But in my opinion, having a two-party system the way we have it now makes it really easy to identify who the people are we do not want representing us.
Yeah, I think it's just easier for them to identify. Like, if they were to represent themselves, it'd be easier to identify who they are. If this person's racist, you would know they're racist. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's how I look at it. That's why I'm thinking this team idea is stupid. I don't like the R and the D's because if I know this person feels this way about something, I don't like them. So I'm not going to vote for them, plain and simple. But like you say, like right now where our government is, it can't change. Like, you can't make it a perfect world to where you can just line them up and be like, I want that person to represent us, that person, vote, and be done with it. Like, it can't be that way anymore.
Yeah.
Like, we can't
impossible.
Go there. That's impossible to revert to, or to even try to change. But I feel like that'd be a perfect world.
Again, when I look at the R and the D, just again in my lifetime, so I was born in 1960, right?
Right.
The Civil Rights Bill was signed in August of 1965, so I was 4 years old. Mm-hmm. 3 years later, we have a presidential election, and this is where the racism really fucking started with the Southern Strategy and the Republican Party, and Richard Nixon is the one who used it. Mm-hmm. So, in 65, Democrat Lyndon Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act, giving African American people the right to vote in this country.
Right.
That pissed off everybody in the South who were Democrats and switched their voting party to Republican. Yeah. They used to be called Dixiecrats. So fuck you when you say Democrats are the ones who supported slavery. Mm-hmm. No, all you did was change your fucking uniform. You're still the same person. And you're the one who supported it, and you still do.
That's what I'm saying. You take off their uniform, they're naked. And that's it.
So
that's what I'm saying.
The reason Richard Nixon won using the Southern Strategy is because there was a wild card. Governor George Wallace of Alabama ran as an independent because he'd lost the Democratic bid to run for president. Uh-huh. And he was a very known segregationist, didn't want the Civil Rights Act, stood on the steps at the University of Alabama with the National Guard denying African Americans the right to enter a school to learn.
Right.
I mean, that's who ran. And in that Southern Strategy, Wallace pulled all those that would have voted for Democrats, but they're not going to vote for a Democrat now after what Johnson did, and cast their votes either for Nixon the Republican or Wallace the Independent, taking those votes away from Democrats.
Wow.
And that's the same thing that Donald Trump did in 2016 and tried to do again in 2020, using white supremacy. So if you ever watch Donald Trump talk and he uses this shape and always goes up and down when he talks, that's the symbol for white supremacy.
Yeah, it's what the Proud Boys use.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's putting it out there all the time. You know, how could you not see
Like
what he's doing?
The Oath Keepers, too, right?
And why the fuck would you support Donald Trump unless you're a white supremacist or a racist asshole?
I mean, simple as that.
You know, I mean, I have family members that support Donald Trump, siblings, and I wonder. We grew up in the same house. We grew up in the same education. Our parents never taught us to support somebody like Donald Trump, so I don't understand why the fuck my sibling does. And it's one of those holier than thou people that's never wrong, wants to get in your face, tell you what's wrong and how you live in your life wrong, and fuck
one of those radical Jesus pieces.
Yeah,
is what I call them.
Right.
That's ridiculous. Like I mean, I'm not a fan of that style.
No, not at all, man.
No, I'm not a fan. They don't want to get me on that rant.
Not at all. Let's talk about the Delta variant.
With people who feel that, I mean, some people who feel that way also aren't vaccinated, right? Some people believe in that as well. But like the Delta variant is a real deal right now that we're hearing more and more about it. Kind of like how COVID started to begin with, when we started hearing that Rudy Gobert had it from the NBA.
Right.
Little trickle news here and there, but the Delta variant is jumping off of the people who aren't vaccinated.
So,
and like
the Delta variant exploded in India, where they have really no vaccine. They have a lot of people that want the vaccine and no access to it.
Right.
And because of the mutations that we've talked about over prior episodes, now the Delta variant has come out and is the new dominant strain. And as we talked about a couple of weeks ago, where it was overwhelming hospitals in Colorado, now it is in predominantly 22 states that have seen a rise in the COVID cases in hospitals. All the ventilators are being used up again. Hold on a second.
Yeah, delay of game on Uncle. Oh, yeah. Haven't hit it in a while. But yeah, like LA is doing a mask demand again. Yeah.
But the thing to realize, it's not like this is not a political thing. This is not a Democrat or Republican thing.
No, it's not.
The Delta variant is hospitalizing Americans in droves because they're not vaccinated. It's people that are not getting vaccinated, that have no medical restrictions to get vaccinated and just refuse to, that are allowing this virus to mutate.
The blatant, the ones that are just ignorant.
It is.
The ignorant.
You know, the vaccine hesitancy to some degree, especially in the African American community, I understand. But
I mean, they're the independent variable in this project, you know?
They really are. I mean, you know, African American, the Tuskegee and all the experiments that have been done on the African American community. I understand that, but you know, let's look at who actually developed the vaccine.
What do you mean? Oh, like you mean? Oh, we're going to Kizzmekia now. Kizzmekia Corbett.
Dr. Corbett,
she is a front runner and doctor in the discovery of the COVID vaccine, and we got to depend on those people to help adjust to the Delta variant, which I've told you before, we're going to get our boosters. There's going to be a booster. Like I predicted before, there's going to be a booster because no one's going to hop right onto this vaccine, and we're going to keep getting boosters.
Because honestly, I had that hesitancy until I found out that it was Dr. Corbett that was instrumental in developing the vaccine, and that put all my hesitation to rest.
I mean, she's a good professional doctor. I mean, she's basically the front runner in the discovery of the vaccine right now. I mean, she's there. Like I said, she's one of the best out there. We got to trust these people. We really have to, because there's really no other way to trust but science with this. You know, I know people are very radical against vaccines, but those who are, you know, hypercritical of it, at least be mindful of others about it. Go mask up then. If you're going to choose to not get vaccinated, go wear a mask. I mean, you're going to have to.
And like I said, do your research. You know, it's an African American woman is instrumental in developing the vaccine. So, you know, again, bam, end of hesitancy. Get vaccinated. Stop this thing from developing anymore.
This is
So, you got anyone?
We got to know. What's this strain?
Oh, is this the... Oh, the Gorilla Butter. Ooh, this one's really...
Gorilla
Saying
Butter.
19%.
Yeah, this one's testing at 19, but it's very purple,
That
and
Gorilla
it's
Glue
very sugary looking, actually.
That Gorilla Glue was at 26.
The Gorilla Glue was at 26. That was really good, actually.
Yeah, it was.
It was nice and flavorful. So we're going to try this Gorilla Butter. Did you want
So
it?
anyway, get vaccinated.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know.
if there's no restrictions for you whatsoever, get it out. Go do it so you can help us
Yeah.
and help everyone.
If you want to stop the spread, we have an answer.
Right.
Get vaccinated.
It's so ignorant, you know? So, also, big talk from Zane here. We really need to focus on paying yourself and being smart about it. Okay? A lot of people have been following these big time people these days. And like I've preached before, a following is very powerful these days. And just because a person has a following does not mean they know what they're talking about. You have to look in and research yourself so you understand what you are doing and where you're putting your money. Because you can't have celebrities like Logan Paul, these FaZe Clan people, coming out and inventing new bitcoins, new coins for that they are invested in heavily already, that you're already at the shit end of the stick already, and they want you to invest more into. That's a cash grab.
Don't be a bandwagon jumper.
Yes, research yourself. Honestly, put your money towards an actual market that is there now, the stock market. Get out there and do stocks. Like E-Trade, free. There's commission fees, yes, but those fees go away once you make up that money with your stock. Or if you deposit more into it. Like, I use it as a separate bank account. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's very, very, very sketchy that all these new coins are now resurfacing and coming out and blah, 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 based off these premises that, one, they don't even back, and two, like, what the fuck is a dink doink? What the fuck is that? Like,
Right.
that's literally Logan Paul's currency. That's what it's called.
Yeah, you can keep your dink doink.
Yeah. But he's a million. He has money.
Ain't
Like with
nobody
his
got time for
following,
that.
with his following and all of the sponsorships and everything, he has money. He has money to throw his money into shit,
And
right?
he wants to see how much more he can take from us.
Children, young teens, young adults who are looking into investing, which is a huge thing we see all over the place now. There are ads about it, are being led by these people who have a large following who are trying to cash grab them. Like, focus on something that's already there. Cryptocurrency is not like 100% right now. It's
Yeah.
not. Like, I know it's something that people need to work. It's the people's currency, yes. Those who have the money to do it and to play with it and to make it into something, to make it an economy, please do that. But don't throw these little small investors into the sharks and lose all this money. Like we talked about Robinhood, how literally a kid killed himself because he lost money and he didn't know how to get it back through options.
Yeah.
Like we're still having issues with retail investing itself right now. Hopping into something completely new that you don't know about, that these people with a following that are so smart that know what they're talking about. Like, nah, don't be sheep. Don't do that.
Yeah. Get rid of the herd mentality.
Right, please. No. Like there's a herd mentality and there's a herd mentality. You know what I mean? There's two different herd mentalities.
Yeah.
Like, be your own shepherd, right? In a way, shape, or form. But educate yourself, please.
Please.
Educate yourself and pay yourself because it's Friday
Ask
and we got paid
somebody.
today.
So there's
we get an extra paycheck this month, Gene.
Congratulations.
You're retired. You don't know what that is anymore. But I get an extra paycheck on the 30th. I can go right towards rent. Thank goodness. Feels good.
You know, that's why honestly, I have advocated for paying things bi-weekly, because if you get paid every other week, that's 26 times a year that you get paid, and it comes out to 13 months if you divide that by 2. So, for example, if you have a mortgage, right, if you pay it off bi-weekly, it's like you're paying an extra month on it without paying an extra cent over what your mortgage is, if you're just paying it bi-weekly, because you're always a month ahead.
Right. Yeah, it works. and also you can chunk things out that way too. You can pay things in advance also.
Yeah.
You know, like if you have a heavy bill coming up, you can pay in advance. You know,
And most importantly, pay yourself every pay period.
yes, absolutely. I have a paycheck for that. I always do, first of the month too.
And I'm glad you brought up commission fees with E-Trade. Again, I know we've talked about before, but maybe somebody listening for the first time. I don't mess with Robinhood because you get what you pay for. There's no trade commission fees with Robinhood, but call and ask somebody for help or advice and see what you get.
Right.
So, with the $6.95 trade I get with E-Trade, if I have a question, 100% of the time there has always been somebody there to help
Especially
me and
during
guide
business
me.
hours.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it says the wait's a little bit longer than it normally is too. Like I wait about 5 minutes when I'm getting to talk to my representative.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah. Their service is great. Now let's get to the best topic, the NBA Finals. Right? Let's talk about it. The Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks are 2-2 right now. We have seen every single different type of basketball in all four games. Last game, the Suns actually lost it themselves. I would say that, but they recognize that, I believe, as well. But that also helps them recognize that they have the dominant hand in this series.
They still have home court.
Yeah, and the numbers shown that, Giannis can put up his numbers, but, we still got it. Like, regular season, we had the edge. So, hopefully, they can nut up, get ready for game 5 at home, and then, game 6, maybe, hopefully win back-to-back. Hopefully.
Well, we've always talked about how good the Suns are on the road, so it is very, very
I'm still
likely.
shocked that no one's talked about how good they are on the road. I mean, they showed out playing in Milwaukee. Yeah, the first game Milwaukee had it was a landslide.
Yeah.
But the second game that it showed that we're still here, we can still play. We had a rough one. We're back. They can adjust. A lot of critics still say that the Suns are a well-adjustable team.
Well, I'm glad also because it's the finals. You don't want to see a pushover, a blowout, 4 games in a row. I'm glad to see it's even. After 4 games, we're 2-2. That shows a lot of ebb and flow back and forth.
It's a final series.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
We have a finals.
Yeah, I like it. Like I said, it's going to be nitty-gritty basketball, and it has been. It's going to get even more rugged, too.
Yeah.
Also, more basketball. Team USA. They're on the opposite side of headlines by being 1-2 in their exhibition matches. Exhibition. Pump the brakes. But Bradley Beal, Kevin Love, and Jeremy Grant all are on COVID protocol, health and safety. They're on leave right now. And they're being replaced by JaVale McGee and Keldon Johnson. So
Really?
yes, we need these finals to hurry up so we can get our gold medal, man.
No disrespect to JaVale McGee. Look how many rings he has. But
yeah, true. Bring some leadership. Size too. They actually need size.
Yeah.
They don't have any size on the court right now, and they don't have scorers either.
Right.
No one's scoring the ball. They have Kevin Durant. I don't know why. He's putting his numbers up, sure, and Damian Lillard's there too. But how are we losing to Nigeria and Argentina?
because Devin Booker's not there, he's playing in the finals.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see, who else is Chris
Big
Paul,
facts.
I think, is
Yeah, Chris Paul is also a candidate as well.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
There are players that are not there, so they're really not gelling or vibing as a team, as a unit.
And they will.
They're not together.
They're going to get some leadership when Booker and Chris Paul join. Booker's also been leading the team. Like, we've been seeing him lead during these games. So, and he's been adjusting like a leader, too. He had a poor game 3, but he came out with 40-plus in game 4.
Yeah.
So, he's shown that he can lead. He's shown that he can do what he can do. Strain number 3?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alien
Yeah.
cookies.
Alien cookies?
Alien-
Oh,
oh,
shit. 30?
Ding,
Okay.
ding, ding, ding.
This is going to be the finalist right here. I think.
Definitely.
Yeah, holy smacks. Yeah, Sean's got a little lean going. Yeah. But yeah, it sucks that Beal, Love, and Grant are out, but Love isn't the size that we need, I don't think.
And honestly, for the Olympics, I can think of a much better squad to put together to go when the Olympics come around.
Mhm.
This is just exhibition,
This
so
is a ragtag team, and is it Pop's first time coaching the Olympics? Because Coach K is not this year.
right.
I think it is Pop's first time being the head coach.
I think so.
So they'll learn. They'll learn to adjust to Pop's system, but also to play together at some point. I mean, there's Team USA, right? They're still the
Yeah.
lookout team, but the world's getting better. We've talked about it. There's a lot more teams players out there that are coming from around the world. What?
The Dream Team did it, and they lost 2 expedition games in a row. So,
I mean, they did lose expedition games, yeah. I mean,
2 in a row.
yeah. Didn't they lose the
They were
practice
last
games too or
ones-
something?
They were the last ones to lose 2 in a row.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Again, I'm
The
not
last one's
worried
used
about
for
it.
real.
Exhibition. I'm sure
It's just expedition.
they don't want to
but-
give anything away. Because when it comes to the Olympics,
Yeah,
anybody
it's
that
like-
thinks they have a chance of really beating the USA is going to have
Yeah.
another thing coming.
Right. I mean, but everyone has hope that they can now. That's the thing. So I feel like it's gonna be a different Olympics because everyone has kind of hope that they can beat the team now.
Well, there is one thing that basketball is universal, worldwide. So
Mhm.
more people are playing, and there is more competition. I mean, look at the NBA and all the different nations that represent the league.
I mean, basketball is everywhere. It's huge in China. It's huge in Euroball. We get all these European players. I mean, Giannis is Greek. I mean, there's a lot more Greek basketball going on, I'm sure, out there because of his, status alone. I mean, he's playing phenomenal too, honestly. But yeah, he's playing great. This is good stuff,
Yeah,
man.
it is.
Oh.
And I've been hearing a lot of trade rumors too.
Uh-huh.
Lillard either going to the Lakers or to the.
It was a rumor, but he did come out and say that no, he's planning on staying with the team, but he does know the team is not playoff ready. he verbally put it out there.
Yeah.
So Lillard's planning on staying with Portland. I was hoping he would. I want Portland to have a better team. They really haven't had a better team around Damian Lillard or McConnell. I mean, or McCollum. I said McConnell.
Well,
McCollum.
another trade talk I heard with the Lakers also involved Mario Chalmers coming to LA and Carmelo Anthony.
That'd be cool. I mean, that's some veteranship right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you need that. I mean, I heard also, oh man, he plays for the Spurs. What's his name? The guard. Plays for the Spurs.
Knox.
He used to play for the Raptors. Now he plays for the Spurs.
Oh, DeRozan.
DeRozan, yeah. I heard DeRozan was also an option too.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry is there too. A lot of people have ignored Kyle Lowry these past few years. He could have been somewhere else within the last 2 years and been on a pretty decent team. But
Yeah.
I mean, Lowry's still out there too. They still have options, Kemba.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I would not be disappointed to see Schroeder stay in the purple and gold.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either if he stayed. I mean, I can see a lot of them getting more scorers too.
They're definitely more bench depth, and I think getting rid of Kuzma and Gasol and I think Caldwell Pope is gone. Freeing some cap space up will definitely help bring maybe some good veterans that would come off the
Oh
bench.
yeah, and Kuzma's gone. I mean, he's a trade option, but
Yeah,
his value is
he's
a little
gone.
lower than it used to
Caruso should be gone
be.
too.
Caruso, yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ship him off.
The LeBron ship is leaving.
So dudes like that have been shipped all over, the league, whether it be baseball, the NBA, whatever, you call them suitcase, because
Suitcase.
they live in a suitcase because, they don't have anywhere to unpack. There's no home. They
Damn.
just
Suitcase.
travel their suitcase from city to city, and that's what they live out of.
Jeez.
Well, where are we at, man? I think we're running out of time here.
We are just about there to ready to run out.
I really
so-
hope this bill gets some attention.
I do too. So remember, everybody, call your senator and tell them to legalize marijuana. You support it. That's what you want. And
Yes.
put the pressure on. That's what our power is as.
If you want to put your money somewhere safe, this economy is going to thrive as soon as this bill passes. Get ready for it. I'm Zane.
I'm Gene.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Yes, happy birthday, and thank you for hanging with Uncle. We'll see you next week.
It's been Hanging with Uncle.